Konnichiwa, hajimemashite, Konyoji desu, and welcome back to Wargaming Blitz. And today I am playing in my favorite tank of the game, the Centurion 7/1. Now you guys may be asking, Kuni, that thing got nerfed already, why are you still playing it? Or just grab a T-54 or something, Well, pretty much, I'm still pretty optimistic here because even if the Centurion got nerfed on the part of its hash rounds being reduced to 170mm, and the fact that the reload time got reduced as well, I'm still pretty optimistic that it can still somehow do something in the game here, and pretty much looks like all of my team is going on the other side, and pretty much when you're playing in a medium, try to correct them or whatever the shit that they're trying to do. Sorry for the word. Pretty much they're on a bad position there. In all honesty, because you'll want to try to utilize the cover on the other side more than this, because this area is pretty much already open, and when you're trying to cross, people can easily snipe you. And pretty much it's just a position that I really don't want to be on. Unfortunately, we miss our shot on the super Persian there, and I decide that I need to really move here. Because I know that the enemy may be hitting my axe right now. They're probably trying to hit on where we were supposed to go originally. On where we were supposed to go. So our team spots these two heavies here being alone, and I pretty much don't want to try to go forward here as much as possible. I really don't want to go brawl on this thing because the Centurion's really not made for brawling, but since fate decides to be pretty rude on us, it's about time that we make a move here, pretty much. So we see this T-54 trying to move up here. I think he's trying to flank. If we can put a shot onto him, it would be awesome. And we do. We track him, and he fixes his track. And unfortunately, this T-30 decides to be cheeky. We'll deal with him later, or maybe not. We'll try to go for this T-30 here. If we can just. Unfortunately, our rounds missed there. I think I loaded in Hesh. I was hoping to go for his turret there, but unfortunately didn't. And this T-30 is literally eating our health here. And pretty much you really don't want to get hit by a T-30. It's got really one of the most painful guns to hit you. But it's got the slowest reload as well for being a high caliber gun. And we can see this KB4 moving up. We hit him. Absolutely amazing there. Now we reload. Quite frankly, I used to run calibrated shells on this thing, but with the reload nerf, I had to swap it out for a gun rammer to reduce the reload to 8.8, which is quite okay. It's not that bad. And unfortunately, the AMX finishes him off before we could. And we shift our focus on this SU, who's trying to maybe cross, or he's using the KB5s or the KB4s. Hull as cover. Unfortunately, this IS-5 is gonna try to rush us, maybe not. And this IS-6 though, I really don't want to get shot here right now, as much as possible. And I see this IS-5 looking at the other side here. Unfortunately, our rounds bounce on his mantlet. Maybe we hit the edge of his mantlet, maybe. And we see that none of them are shooting, so I load in Hesh, and we still hit the SU side. Absolutely amazing. Not too bad. It could have been a high roll though. Maybe pretty much it's the best high roll we could get. And this SU is pretty much moving in already. And I really don't want to move up here right now. And unfortunately, we fire Hesh rounds, and unfortunately it hits the wall of the house over there. I load in again, hoping to, if he can just show up a little bit. Unfortunately, I couldn't. As much as possible, I really didn't want to push here, because I knew that my turret could get easily penned here. So I shift my focus on this guy here, and unfortunately he goes back into his cover. This SU though, I seriously need to try to finish up this SU. I shift to using Hesh here, because if I could just put a shot on the side, but unfortunately it's not going to be that useful. This T-30 go! Unfortunately, he just reduces us to a one-shot, but it's fine. We're still alive. And our teammate just finishes him off. The IS-5 gets hit. And this SU is all alone, and he's about to die. And I decided to try to take the risk here. I'm gonna just take the risk. And we finish him off. That was quite not a bad round, at least. Maybe I could have done a bit better, but somehow because of the T30 shots, pretty much my hit points was reduced. So pretty much it's not a bad round. So we deal 2,894 damage and destroyed 1. And wow, we also gained the top of the list for the damage. So maybe the nerf really just affected the hash mechanics on this thing. It quite frankly hit maybe just hit hard for those. It was pretty much a hit off hard for the players, or so many players of the Centurion maybe hit hard. So pretty much for them, it was pretty much a disappointing feature that the Centurion lost the power of its hash rounds, and averagely, it's now going to spend at a maximum of 230 millimeters x instead of maybe around 230 when it still had like 210 millimeters of penetration. But I guess if you can use hash in some certain situations, maybe it could still be useful somehow. So aside from that, the reload time was also severely affected. From 9.39, it was reduced to 10.7 seconds. So I had to swap out my calibrated shells for the gun rammer, so I could pretty much dish out more rounds than just suffering from a very, very bad case of reload. So enough of that, let's go into another gameplay and see how the Centurion tries to perform more. I agree with the mod one pretty much. And given that they have like 5 mediums on the enemy team, it's just not going to be worth it if I'm just going to stand alone and go against them. Well, pretty much they have 5 medium and light stuff and we only have like 3, so I might as well work with the heavies here. Okay. Could have fired, but oh well. I think he was hesitating to try to shoot me. Maybe he may be thinking, can I one-shot the Centurion? Can I hit his ammo rack? Or maybe don't. I don't want to spend my shot on that. Okay. Oh well, never mind. So, if we can just move over here, if we can try to take out this ISU, it would be awesome. It would be nice. If we could just maybe... Good night, sweet prince. And wow, this T30 seems to be free damage. Maybe can we try loading N hash? Okay, we take him out. Not bad. It could have been better if we had more hit points. And this FCM though. And apparently our teammate just takes him out. This RU, I can't shoot him, he's behind cover, and I loaded. I'm late. I'm so late. Oh well. Maybe I could try my luck. Anyway. Maybe this is T-44. When we track him, he repairs and falls back. And this enemy on this Centurion on the enemy team. We can, and we bounce the shot from the Patton. Okay, Mr. Patton. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. 1v1 me. Come on. Come on. Show that patriotic spirit of yours. Come on. Yeah. Sorry. It's not gonna cut. Wow. That was quite of an okay round. It wasn't that bad, but somehow at least it could have been better. And wow, without top damage. Not too bad. But still, could have been better. So I hope I was able to show that somehow maybe the Centurion's 105mm is still somehow useful. But if you guys are going to use maybe maybe this calibrated shells, I really suggest that if you just swap it out for a gun rammer, maybe because quite frankly, the penetration on the Centurion is already enough, maybe on for the APCR, but for those that maybe love spamming hash or maybe just shooting hash for fun, I'd really suggest that you guys need to be more careful, and you're really gonna have to choose your engagements wisely if you're wanting to shoot hash. Like when you see the sides of maybe some paper tanks, frontal maybe, as well as some side parts of the turret, maybe you could still spam hash or and get them to high pen, or rather high roll. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if it was, please consider giving it a like down below, subscribe, and let me know what you guys think of the nerfs to the Centurion and the FB4202. And in addition to that, I honestly felt that maybe these nerfs, or rather, is really unnecessary, because pretty much the Centurion already has weakness. One is that this big size of it's really bulky. It's a tall tank. It's very large. The camo isn't really that good, considering that this is already a very big tank. And another thing is that it's already got a reload that is quite really not as good as the other tanks, but it still suffices by having a very good high hash penetration. But still, I honestly think that the nerf was really not necessary. And in terms of the reload, the Centurion was fine with already having 9.36 or 9.39 seconds of reload. And thank you so much guys for watching. You've all been epic, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video and in the battlefield.